to create this type of content. And, it really boiled down to, I think we simplified it down to 10 or 12 points for any of the field reps that we had that were the only ones who were allowed to create these videos, send them back to the digital media team, and then they were all housed again internally. So they weren't externally available to search. So that kind of like
is that 10 or 12 points as far as like what it needed to have as far as things that are guidelines for branding, but not restrictions, 100%. Guidelines.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And that was all the PR restrictions, what you can, what you can't say. You can't guarantee this. You can make observations. Here's what you should. Here's how you should position it. And it was actually really easy because the guys in the field were all very technical. And even though when I was at DuPont a decade ago, this was all still very new, and people were just getting like our company just adopted the iPhones at the time to get our Lotus Notes on and everything, and so that was a big thing. But we were basically arming all of the people in our that were actually in the trenches working with this product that had the ability to quickly create this valuable content that that the people buying these products wanted to see. That it really just took. It was like a 6-month process for everyone to sign off, get it done, and be like, hey, here's the 6 rules that you guys have to basically just be considerate and mindful of if you're going to create this content every week for your stakeholders that want to see this.
Those guys out in the field, how receptive were they to going out and just making these videos?
They weren't. One, because that strategy was being led by me. Young 30-year-old engineer, which at DuPont North America, I think I was one of maybe a dozen people of my age. It was a bunch of people in their 45, 50s, been with the company for 20 years, very happy with their jobs and how they do it. So there was a lot of like hardcore pushback as to, well, I don't want to be doing this. I don't want to be talking on my phone and taking video. I don't know how to do this. And it really took me doing one-on-ones with all of them. The men, the women, and really just showing them how easy it was to just hit record and to just in 30 seconds give your observations. One take. Don't overthink it. Just here's what's going on. Here's the date. Here's the progress. Here's what's being used. Here's the problem. Here's the solution. Bam, one take. And it took a couple months for people to kind of just get accustomed to that. But the nice thing with the whole Apple integration, for those of us that have, Macs, is the second you walk home, plug in your phone, that's now, uploaded into your Apple Photos, Apple Videos, and they set up, the IT guys set up a bunch of kind of rules on the phone that the second this happened, it all kind of went into this one repository, and then we had one person managing on all, the program manager or the national account manager that was responsible for that grouping of products, and he basically just picked and chose of the videos that he wanted to use that were the most relevant. And then they were put up, they were transcribed, and that's basically the strategy that we use.
I have the same type of pain point right there, and so the how is going to be a big thing, but I think that's a good idea as far as one-on-ones, because that's exactly what I've had to do with the culture change with knowledge sharing. But when to take a video as opposed to like write an article or do this or that, because that's what we're doing now. We're kind of writing articles, but now I'm trying to think of, hey, shift gears, think bigger, make a video, and when I show them how easy it is, it'll be great. But how are you able to get it to click in their head, like when to capture a video as opposed to do something else or just do nothing?
Again, that is one of those things that unless you have a really broad scope of all the different situations that can arise given, your business, and I think it sounds like you're the person leading that kind of high-level charge to implement best practices across the business. Yeah. You have to really look at, from top to bottom where that makes sense, right? Is it something is it a new problem? Or is it an existing problem? Is it an existing problem that's already been addressed somewhere? Or is this a brand new problem that if I create a quick video on this, a lot of people are going to get legs on this? Or is this the same thing that already exists in our database? We don't need anything new. There's no new variation. There's no new mutation.